it's Emily with Messy Worship. Here's your 20-week update on the Million Soap Challenge. So excited that we're at week 20. So excited that we're 1,000 soaps in. We're actually beyond 1,000, but more on that in a minute. First, let's talk about the resource of the week. So this week I want to talk about something messy that happened in my soap journey. Here's my soap journal. I had a whoops happen in my soaping process. So I was reading in 1 Samuel near the part where Saul is about to die. And there was a part in chapter, let's see, what day was it? There's a part in chapter 28 that I misinterpreted. I thought that one word specifically was referring to one thing when actually it was referring to another. And I wrote my whole soap out with the assumption that I was correct about how I was interpreting it. And I felt good about it, but then there was this like tug on my heart the rest of the day. I was like, I'm not sure. And so I actually texted my pastor and I asked him, hey, when they said this word, did it mean this or did it mean that? And he said it meant that, and I had written it about this. And so I went back and I was like, I'm gonna rip the soap out. Nobody needs to know that I messed up here. Like when my kids read this someday, I want them to think good things about how I read the Bible and be blessed by my interpretations of the Bible and what God said to my heart when I'm reading. And this is wrong, and I don't want them to know that I messed up because they never know that. So I tried to rip it out, and it left a little like trail in the binding, and you could tell there was evidence that I messed up. And I was like, okay, this is not, you obviously can't tell that I'm perfect here because now there's evidence that I messed up. So long story short, I left the mess. I left the bad soap. I just crossed it off, which is super elegant. But it's real, right? Like I learned something. Here's the correction right here. And I just left it in there. And you know what? It is what it is. I learned something. I grew closer to God. And that's what this journey is about, right? Like if you have to scribble out some words, if you misunderstand something, or later on in your journey, you learn something new that you didn't understand about God before, and it makes you want to reflect on something you thought you understood earlier in your journey, do it and write about it. Share that information. Don't be afraid to show growth. Don't be afraid to show I was here and I thought that was where it was at. And now I'm here and I realize, I had some growing to do. That's really, really empowering to admit that. Admit that in your own journey, and then for anyone else who might stumble upon these notes someday, whether you share them yourself or they find them when you're in heaven and enjoying time with Jesus face to face, right? Like encourage one another that it's okay to be messy and to grow. That's what this is about. Do it, even in your soap notes. Okay, speaking of soap notes, what number are we at now that we've hit the 1,000 mark? We are, in the last 2 weeks, we've gotten 73 more soaps. So we're at 1,073, which is just awesome. Keep those soaps rolling in. And actually, I'm going to integrate a new tool for you to use if you're interested in the next couple weeks here. This is brand new, super exciting. I'm going to be starting a Facebook group. And the point of the group is to interact with other people reading soaps, other people that love Jesus, other people that are seeking Jesus and curious about what it might mean to believe in Jesus, all different levels of Christianity. And we're all just going to be in this big group together. And we're going to talk about Jesus. We're going to talk about soaping. You can throw out a challenge to the folks on the group and just say, hey, I'm soaping from the perspective of being a parent. Or, hey, I'm soaping from the perspective of wrestling with depression and anxiety. Or, hey, I'm soaping from the perspective of being an athlete and I want to incorporate my grit and God's grace in my soaping as it reflects on my sport. Whatever perspective you're coming from, or hey, I'm a student, I'm in high school, and I want some other high schoolers to soap with me. You can do that here. This is where we can really congregate and have a community together. And I know not all of you are digging Facebook. Maybe some of you are not even on Facebook. That's okay. This is just something to try. I want to see how you guys like this. If it enhances your journey, if it's a blessing to you, we'll keep it rolling. If it's something that's not your style, don't worry about it. I'm going to continue to grow this challenge and all the different ways that we can encourage one another and celebrate Jesus together and just worship God together. So if this isn't your thing, stay tuned. Maybe something else will be your thing later on down the line. That's what I've got for you this week. I'm so excited that you are watching this. I'm praying for you. I'm in this journey with you. Even when you don't hear from me, I am thinking of you. I am praying for you. I have my alarm set for 10 a.m. every Monday. I pray for all you soapers. So keep it up. Keep inviting friends. Keep on spending time with Jesus and keep worshiping in the mess. Love you guys.